Hey folks, Vic here with your weekly trade video for Friday, October the 24th of 2025. You know, we've been laser focused on mastering one trading pattern, the swing break. And that focus has been a total game changer for so many traders because instead of trying to do everything and spinning their wheels, this single pattern gives you clarity, consistency, and confidence. Now, we primarily trade the Forex markets, right? But today, I'm going to show you how powerful it really is because this same pattern just produced a massive 10-to-1 reward to risk trade on oil. The trade was taken by a former futures broker colleague of mine, and I'll walk you through it step by step. This is just proof that what we teach can be applied to any liquid tradable asset. Okay, so if you like this video, please hit that like button, subscribe, and yeah, let's jump into this oil trade. Alrighty, let's have a look at this trade. This is the oil market, so what we always trade at levels. We don't do anything unless we're at a good level. And in this case here, what it did is, you see here, this is the weekly chart in the upper left up here. See, price came down, down, down each week until it finally hit this old level down here again. That's the way that's in the way there, down here. So if I go to my daily chart, I mean, you just start breaking it down like this. Now, this was a scalp trade using a 15-minute entry, which is very nice when you can do that because you can get super, super small risk in the trade. And this is the level down here on the daily chart. Now, when you go down to the 4-hour chart, these levels will become a little bit more apparent, and you can zero in on them. So if I go to a 4-hour chart and zoom this way out, this was the levels down here. One thing I always, pretty much always do is I put a line chart on. It just makes it easier to find these levels. And if I put a line chart on here, you can see this level right here. I mean, that's a beauty. Any of these, points like this, the significant levels here, and we have ways of defining that, but are places where you could be looking to take trades at. How do you know which one? There's levels all over the place. Well, you don't. Price will tell you. I mean, when it hits a level like this, either we get a setup or we don't. If there's no setup, there's no trade. Very, very simple. So that's how we find that. So now if we go back to the current time right here, when price hit it, it bounced, came down, and then it broke this high rate in here just before the trade was put on. Let me show you what that looked like on a 15-minute chart. So on a 15-minute chart, price came down. It was right here where he took the trade, and so price came down. We hit this level, we bounced, then we came down and went below this level. Let me zoom this in a bit, see if I can show it there. That's a bit better. See how price this low here, this wick was below here, so we have a swing break to the downside, then we have a swing break to the upside. We actually have a close to the upside, which is even more powerful. So this is telling us that this could very well be a turnaround point here, okay, because we've had this structure damage. What my friend did is he bought it right down here. He bought it at 56, what was it, 56.47, and he had a $50, 50 cents a barrel risk in the trade. That's it, 50 cents a barrel. That's cheap, you know. So, and now you can see what's happened. Jeez, look at this move. You know, he had a 50 cents a barrel risk in the trade. This thing's gone from where he bought it at 56.47 up to, well, let's measure it. You can see right here. He bought it down here at 56, what I say, 47-ish, just around there somewhere. Just up to this resistance level is $5.50 a barrel, $5.49. That's more than a 10-to-1 reward to risk. That is just outstanding. Now, everything's all about trade management now. So, you know, what you want to do with the trade, where you want to take profits. Look for opposing levels. Like on this daily chart here, look where price has gone to at this point. It's wicked right into here. That's pretty significant. And so I think that he is still, I believe he's still holding part of this. It doesn't really matter. This trade management's an individual thing. I know he's watching this level up in here, this 66-ish area. You can see the double tops that were made here. So he made a high here, came up and got rejected, and double tops in there. So that's another very good place to look to take profit. And yeah, so a beauty of a trade. And like I say, you know, 10-to-1 reward to risk like this. And, you know, like I said, just shows you can use this setup, this methodology for any tradable asset. The other thing that you should do too is put things in context. That's a very integral part of our trading approach. In this case here, we had the 4-hour chart had actually had a swing break, positive swing break, showing that it could be going up. We had not yet had it on the daily chart. Okay, so could be considered a 50-50 trade, more counter trend. But because we're at this strong level, and I'll tell you something, if you put it in context with the worldwide situation right now, there's some, unfortunately, some wars going on and things like this. These kind of trades can be really worth a shot. But again, you don't do anything unless you have a very legitimate, proper setup to start with. Okay? Hope that makes sense. Hope you enjoyed that video, and awesome trade. Just love seeing this. So yeah, leave it at that. Any questions, just let me know. With everything going on right now, government uncertainty, geopolitical tensions, choppy markets, it's pretty easy to lose focus. That's why having a proven plan, strict risk and trade management, and a strong mental game is more important than ever before. Don't second guess yourself. Don't chase what others are doing. Stay committed to your plan and your one pattern. That's how you build consistency and longevity as a trader. So the takeaway from this week's video: stay in your lane, master your edge, and block out the noise. All right? Thank you so much, everyone. Hope you enjoyed this video. Have a great weekend and trading week ahead. Take care.